Hey everybody, this is Jillian Burrows. I just wanted to give you a good overview of one of the projects that I'm working on. And apologize for any of the excess noise. I've got two things going on. One, my computer is churning away, trying to calculate some stuff because it's been rendering the tiles for this map for the past about 20 hours now, and it's only 32% done, and the fan is just going. And then number two, outside that window right there, there's construction going on in the plaza just outside of my apartment, so that's what most of my days sound like. Anyway, so this that we have here is a wonderful map that I've created from 12 gigabytes of data. This is using the Jebco 2019 dataset, and it's using the ocean levels from the Ice Age at the ocean minimum at about 140 meters lower than it currently is today. So as you can see, that does some very interesting things to the coastline. And you can see some very interesting things here. Now I can't zoom into this map. That's unfortunate. I'd love to show you that, but fortunately, I will be able to zoom into it after everything is rendered and I have this set up in an interactive map. It'll be using Cesium.js, so it'll be just like looking at Google Earth, except in the Ice Age, and so that'll be pretty cool. But I've rendered this once before using different colors, but it turns out that the tiling scheme that I used was incompatible with Cesium.js, so I have to go through and re-render that. So I just have to wait another 3 days for my computer to finish rendering this. Now, rendering is actually one of the least intensive things. I mean, basically it's just looking up the location of the data, finding the height for that location and giving it a color, and then splitting that out into a bunch of different tiles, which are constructed in what are called pyramids. Because if you look at the picture of the whole Earth, it's generally mapped out into a square, and it makes up 4 tiles, which is one pyramid. But yeah, if you're not too interested in that, then don't worry about that. But each level that I go down in terms of magnification has twice as many tiles as the previous level. So since I'm going to level 10 magnification, that means I have 2 to the 10th power tiles, plus all of the other levels of tiles. So it's a pretty intense process. But it's nowhere near as intense as actually simulating the Earth and the weather, which is likely what I'd have to do in order to get the masses of ice placed in the proper location on this map. But if I did zoom in over here on the coast, you'd see that there's some stuff going on here, which all of the papers that I read tell me it's due to sediment deposition from the Missouri and other rivers draining into this basin, and also due to deglaciation and all of the stuff that happened going through there. So there's some pretty interesting things going on with this map. The coloration obviously is wrong. It's just my best guess of what it would be based on the elevation. So there's nothing dynamic about it. It's just based on if the colder temperatures were a little bit more widespread, what is my guess, which could be very, 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 very wrong. I have no idea, really, despite wanting to, be an expert in this and having studied so many papers. The thing is that the only thing that would actually tell us is simulation. So I would love to get the computational resources and power in place in order to do this. I'm sure that there are actually a lot of people in academia who are studying this. Okay, maybe not a lot, probably just a handful. But there are probably a larger number of people that would be interested in the results of that. So it would actually be really cool to get this project underway and get it finished at some point. But, it's a huge project. It's going to require tons and tons and tons of funding and people working on it, because there's only so much that I can do alone. But apparently, working alone, I can create an Ice Age interactive map. So that is actually really cool. And it's really surprising that this kind of technology is out there, is completely open source, and anyone who's willing to go and do the learning can actually just pull this down off of the internet and create a map. It's pretty spectacular. Well, this is pretty much all that I can show you right now, but after I get the globe set up and ready to look at, I'll create another video and show you everything that's going on with that. Well, I hope you take care.